Well, hello everyone. My name is Rick Passek, the FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Excuse me, I got a little bit of frog in my throat, but today we'll be tying a blob pattern. Nothing special, just my version kind of the sunburst blob. I just wanted to share a blob. I know a lot of people are starting to tie them here in North America. It's an older pattern in throughout Europe, so they've been using them for years. These lures. Blobs, boobies, humonguses, cat's whiskers, that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd just show you guys how I tie my blob. So here we go. So to start, I've got in the vise, I've got a Hook-Hends BL 599 in a size 8. I like these wide gapped hooks or gaped hooks. It just helps with hookup and stuff. I'll be using a classic wax by Semperfli in the fluoro orange. I'll be using some for the back of the fly. It'll be some of the Semperfli. Right there it is, the Gaula and Red blend. Right, it's going to be a little bit, just a little tiny tail. Then for the back portion of the blob itself, it'll be the plush Chenille, the 15 mil plush in red from Semperfli, and then for the front, it'll be the yellow sunburst. Okay, fairly simple fly. Just try to keep this fairly compact. So just start my thread as always. I'm going to bring it back to about the point of the hook, maybe a little bit further. I don't want to be too much further than that. You want these to, don't want these too big, like long. Like this is a fairly long one that I tied. So you don't want them too long. So now I'm just going to grab I got a handful here of, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 pieces of that Gaula mix. Come back to the front again, leave a little bit of room, just tie that in loosely. And if you have problems, like you see how this is kind of trying to do the thread, for those beginners, if you're having problems with that, put it into your fingers, pinch it, bring it back out, go around, let it go with your fingers, and there you go, it's grabbed it. Just a little trick for the beginner that's having troubles tying stuff on. So don't want to go past that. That's about it, where that bend is in that hook there. Okay. I'm just going to sharpen this a bit for you guys. There you go. Then I'm just going to take this and cut it off. I'm going to take my length, and I just want to go maybe a little bit past the bend of the hook. Maybe a couple of hook eyes past the bend of the hook. Like about there. And just give her a cut. It's more of a detractor than anything. Then I'm going to take my 15 mil plush chenille in the fluoro orange. Just peeling off some of that fluff to expose the center cord. And I come up about to there, just to keep it out of the way. It's not how far I'm going to wrap. I'm going to do about 4 or 5 wraps. One, and right against the last one. And every time I do, I'm pulling back the material. Right against that last one. Pull right against that last one. Pull right against the last one. I might do one more here. Right against that last one. Then I'll come back with my thread, tie that off, stroke everything back, make sure that stuff is all nicely tight up in there against each other. You want it tight. Right, now we'll do the same with the yellow. There's so many different chenilles out there, blob chenilles and plush chenilles and ice chenilles and I think there's one out there called jelly chenille or jello, something like that. It all depends what you like. I really like these. I like the fact that they're not quite as thick as some of the others. Like here, let's see if I've got, like you can see how much thicker this one is. So it all depends what you like. If you want one that's a lot thicker, there's others on the market that are thicker, but I like these because I can build it as thick as I want, but I can also have a thin one if I want to. Sometimes I'll put I'll use this yellow, and I'll have a really bright red thread underneath it or a green thread, and I'll actually have slightly open wraps so I can see through, right? So you can see that color from underneath. So again, same thing. Every time you're going, just stroke it back, and I'll probably do one more because I want to leave some room at the head. I don't want to crowd my head. 1, 2, 3. Fold everything back. 1, 2, 3. nip that off. Again, just stroke everything back nicely and go over top and build yourself a nice little head. Go back towards it because you want to push this stuff back a bit. You can use a little of saliva if you like, or water, and just get that so it pushes itself back. Just gonna focus that because I know that chenille is kind of forward more, so now the focus goes out. So and then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turn whip finish, 4 turn whip finish, whatever you like. Get in there, nip that off. I like just stroking back all the mane, leaving these little stragglers and hitting it with a lighter, melting that stuff just so it's out of the way. And then you can do it either with a little Gulf resin, which is what I'll be doing here, is a Gulf Thin Man. I'm just going to put a little bit of Thin Man right on it and a little bit on the bottom, and then I'll spread it, and that's it. And that'll be the finished fly. Now you do want to make sure that it doesn't go into your eye. Before you hit it, take a feather. If you know you've got some in the eye, take a feather. This one might be too big. Yeah, that one's too big. Let's see if I can find one that's a bit smaller quickly here, just to show you guys a little trick. I mean, most of us know this, but again, taking a feather, I'm just going to put the stem into the eye, if I can, being blind, and then just pulling, and that cleans out the eye, and then just hit it with a UV light, and you can see how bright that turns. Look how bright that chenille is, that Semperfli chenille, especially this yellow. It's just super high UV properties in it, right? So we can go bang the bongo. There's a little bit of there. You can just peel that off if there's anything in the way, and you are finished. There is your blob. Like I said, it's just a little blob. The key is you want them tight against each other. Make sure that wrap is right tight against that previous wrap, and that every time you're doing it, you're stroking that material back, every single time. I like doing blobs with these flash tails, with squirmy wormy tails, and with foam tails, fabs, foam arsed blobs. Right, those are the three I really like doing. I also don't mind doing them with a little bit of like a little bit of red marabou. Have a little bit of a red marabou tail as well. So it's up to you, or red or black or whatever, depending on the pattern you're tying. So, alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, thumbs up, please. If you have subscribed, thank you. If you have not, please consider doing so. Spread the word. Let everybody know, guys. Once we hit that 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to have well, I call it a fairly large giveaway. It's going to have some of my books in it. It's going to have some Semperfli tying materials, some hens tying materials. I'm even trying. We'll see if I can get a vise or something from one of my sponsors. We'll see. So, okay. Tie lines, everyone.